Welcome everyone to today's webinar on how to use Fullscript's advanced search engine to the best of its ability. I'm Dr. Andrew Krause, ND, and I'm a medical UX analyst here at Fullscript on the product team. Essentially, I'm responsible for making sure the experience is as great as it can be for practitioners. Our entire team of developers, designers, and product managers spend a lot of time learning from practitioners about what they need and then trying to build the best kind of environment that we can for you when you're using Fullscript. So hopefully today we're able to explain some of the ways that you can use search to make life a bit easier for you on Fullscript. We'll be talking about improvements that we've recently made based on your feedback. We'll talk about some of the best search practices that we've learned from practitioners and based on how we've currently built the search experience, some frequently asked questions, and we'll talk about certain features that are in the pipeline to be released by the end of 2019. So like I said before, we take feedback really seriously, and you and many of your colleagues have been asking for certain things on Fullscript, and we do listen. It might not always be something that we can act on right away, but we are logging that information very precisely. And actually, I'm responsible for consolidating all that information and putting it into a report to the relevant people so we can prioritize what we're going to be working on. And so some of the feedback that we heard about search were that relevant search terms would show up higher in results. That was something that you wanted. And there was a feature about how the drop-down menu would auto-select when you pressed enter. And that was getting a little bit frustrating for some of you. And so we made an experience that hopefully is a little bit more clear and a little bit less frustrating when you're actually using Fullscript. So improvement number one, you wanted some more clarity in terms of how you are actually searching. And so we made it a little bit more clear in terms of the actual kinds of searches that you can make. And so you can now do a brand search, a supplement type search, a supplement subtype search, and a product name. You were able to do a lot of these before, but now we've made them a little bit more clear graphically. So you'll notice that the colors are really quite unique and consistent throughout the entire experience when you are searching. And I'll go through each of those in our little demonstration later. We also added the did you mean logic. Sometimes the name of a product that you might be looking for matches the name of a supplement type. And we've built supplement types so that you can search a lot more precisely about certain ingredients and certain groups of ingredients. So when there is that overlap, sometimes you'd be trying to look for one thing and you'd actually end up looking for another thing in the search function. So we added this to make it a little bit more clear what exactly you're doing. And then we've also made it easy to understand what path you're searching down. And so when you're adding different tags and different types and different filters, we wanted to make it abundantly more clear exactly kind of what bucket you were looking in. So in this example, you're looking at a brand, you're looking at a type, and you're looking at a filter. And I'll show you how to add these things and take these things away in our demo. So here we are in the product catalog, somewhere that you're likely familiar if you've been using Fullscript for a while. There's really two places to search on Fullscript, the product catalog and the recommendation tool. And the function of search is actually quite the same in both of the tools, but in the product catalog, you've got a little bit more space and the ability to browse is a little bit more apparent. So we have our search bar here where we'll be doing the majority of our searching, but if you did want to look by supplement type, you could select any of these supplement types. You could look at any of these conditions. You look at any of the brands here, and they're all listed alphabetically. And so you're honestly welcome to do any kind of browsing you'd like in the catalog or the RX tool, but it's laid out visually a little bit better in the product catalog if you are looking to browse. The first step for us here is to look at magnesium as a test example. So let's say I want to look for magnesium. So I can start typing magnesium. You notice that even halfway through, I've got mag that comes up. Magnesium that comes up when I just type mag. And so I can select the supplement type that'll put me in the group, or I can look for specific aspects of magnesium in other types. In this case, I'm just looking for a product named magnesium, so I'll finish that off and press enter. So you'll notice here again, if I press enter, it hasn't selected any of the types below, so it's just searching exactly for what's in the search bar. So in this case, it's telling me that I'm looking for products named magnesium, of which there is one right there, and there will be many other ones below. But it's asking me, did I mean the type magnesium? And so again, this helps you to search not only the products named magnesium, but the ones that have magnesium in it. So we'll click on that. We'll click on that purple tag, magnesium, and then it brings me into the advanced search view. And this advanced search view allows you to add all the different sub-filters that you might want down here, or some of the allergen filters that are here below. So it gives you, again, more of that granularity to look specifically for what you'd like. From here, again, I can type in the search bar, kind of whatever I'm looking for, or I can select one of the supplement subtypes to the left here. So if I'm looking for a magnesium glycinate, I can click on glycinate down here. You'll notice that that changes the results that I have in the search results, but it also adds to the search queue, to the search path that I talked about earlier. So again, it's very clear that I'm looking in the supplement type magnesium for the supplement filter glycinate. So I can remove that by clicking the X right on the name. And if I'd like, I can do the exact same thing by typing in glycinate, pressing enter. And again, you'll notice that it catches us here. So because I didn't select something below the dropdown, it's assuming that I'm looking for a product named glycinate, but I actually meant the subfilter. So I'll click the subfilter, and it goes magnesium to glycinate again, like we did in the first place when we clicked and selected it. So now if I want to add another subfilter, I can type it in here. So let's say I'm looking for aspartate, and I select it down there. So you'll notice that I typed in aspartage by accident, but the subfilter that came up in the search results still helped me to find aspartate. So our tolerance for spelling mistakes is getting better and better. And so hopefully with slight spelling mistakes, you're still able to find the subfilters and the filters and the product names and the brand names that you're looking for. And with some of the developers that we've hired on recently at the company, this will get better and better as time goes on. So now we're looking for a product that has magnesium in it, that has magnesium glycinate and magnesium aspartate. So we've got two options right there. So next up, if I wanted to search for a specific brand, I could just type that brand in. So let's say I'm looking for a pure encapsulations product, and then I can click on the brand. So now we've got brand, type, and filter. And you'll notice that the results are specific to those criteria that I put in. And at any moment, I can cancel by just clicking the X that's beside the filter that I put in. So overall, the best practices, like I mentioned, use the catalog for more browsing, more research, more setting up your dispensary. And it also helps you to set up your favorites. And so one of the ways that you can set up your favorites is within the RX tool, which I'll show you in a few moments. But you can also do it in the catalog itself. The prescription tool really is best suited for more of those quick searches that you're doing during a patient visit or after a patient visit. It acts more like a drawer, and if you use your favorites and you kind of set them up well before your patient visits, you'll notice it's actually quite a quick experience. And then like I showed you, if you're using the advanced search tags and filters, you'll be able to find what you're looking for a little bit more quickly. Some of the search frequently asked questions that come up. How is search different in the prescribing tool versus the catalog? I'll show you that in just a moment. Like I mentioned earlier, the function is actually quite the same. Just the visual appeal of it is a little bit more suited to kind of speed if you're in the prescription tool and more of that browsing experience if you're in the catalog. What do I do if I can't find the product that I'm looking for? So now you've got some other tools. You can use some of the filters. You can use some of the more specific searches like we talked about. But let's say you do those specific searches. You do those extra search paths and you still can't find the product. You can contact our customer support team and customer success team, and they'll be able to help you hopefully find the product that you're looking for. And if it's still not there, maybe we don't carry it, or maybe it's unavailable or on back order right now. They'll be able to make sure that we'll make our attempts to add that product back in, or make an attempt to actually carry it at all. And then when will search be better with spelling mistakes? You saw an example of how it's already gotten better from what it was originally. But over time, we will continue to get better because of some of the hires that we've made recently to our development team. And because this is something that, the practitioners that we have on Fullscript, you guys, have asked for. And it's something that we want to make sure is an experience that's as great as it can be. So like I said before, you can do your favorites in the product catalog as well. So let's go back to that same search we had before. So we want magnesium, the type, so I can press the down arrow here to get into the drop down. I press enter, I'm now in the magnesium type. And let's say I want to find that glycinate product that we had before. I can press the down arrow here and press enter to get into the sub-filter of glycinate. And let's say I want to find that pure encapsulations product like I had before. So if I want to favorite this product, all I have to do is click on this little star icon, and I can add that product to any of the different categories that I have here. These ones are just all populated because this is the demonstration store, but you're actually welcome to add your very own favorite categories, however you'd like. And so if there wasn't one there that you liked, you actually go to your favorites here and you can add a category. So let's say I wanted Andrew's magnesium. So from here, I can add products to the category and we can look for that same one again. So magnesium, glycinate, and pure. And then from here, I can add to Andrew's magnesium. And then when I go back into my favorites, I'll see that it's been added. So why is that important? It'll help you with speed as you're in the RX tool. So if I go to the recommendation tool here at the top right on the green button, I'll click that. And then from here, I can add a product by either searching for it. So clicking add my first product, I can do magnesium like I did before, or I can click on favorites, go to Andrew's magnesium, and then find the product that I've already favorited and add it to my prescription. So some of the new stuff that we're going to be doing on Fullscript. So like I mentioned before, even better ways of tolerating typing errors when you're making searches, more precise ingredient searches and condition-specific searches. We've got our medical advisory team is working with some of our developers and our data team to make sure that we can help you with that kind of precision, helping you find the conditions that you're looking for your patients, and also helping to define what products actually would count for certain conditions based on the research that's available. It's a really, really interesting project, and I think many of you will appreciate the outcome of that. We'll be adding the ability to filter by many more third-party certifications and allergens. We know that patients and practitioners can have very clear rules when it comes to choosing the products that are best fit for them, whether it's because of allergens or whether it's because you're trying to look for specific third-party certifications or look for the absence of certain ingredients in products. And so we want to make that a little bit easier so that the experience that you're giving your patients on Fullscript is that much more curated and that much more specific to them. And over the course of the year, there'll be many other projects, but that was just a bit of a sampler in terms of what we're working on right now. I mentioned before that if you're not able to find the product that you're looking for, you can reach out to our customer success team. The phone number is there and their email is there as well. You're certainly welcome to contact them through any of the social media channels that we're on as well. If you do have any further questions about anything that we've talked about in this webinar, by all means, reach out and we'll try to answer them as best as we can. We really appreciate the time that you took to watch the webinar with us today. And I hope that your experience of searching on Fullscript is made a little bit easier. And over the course of the year, it will get easier and easier, I do promise you. So thanks again for your time. And if you do have any feedback or there are things that you'd like to see Fullscript do, by all means, reach out to us and we'll make sure that we put it in the overall pipeline so we can try to prioritize everything that comes up frequently among all the practitioner requests. I've been Dr. Andrew Krause, AND with Fullscript, and thanks again for taking the time. Enjoy the day.